Okay, welcome to sign rule. So the first thing we're trying to do today is to look at some of the rules in additions. And I know kids must have been finding it very difficult, especially those who are in lower grade, finding it difficult to deal with a sign like this. For example, if I ask that 3 plus 5, I know somebody can tell me that the value of this is 8. Similarly, if I also ask you 7 minus 5, someone can tell me that this is equal to 2. But I doubt if I ask you 5 minus 7, it's not going to be 2 anymore. Rather, it's going to be minus 2. And the question is, how did we get here? So we're going to be looking at some rules. They are called sign rules. Very simple, sign rules. Now, some of the sign rules that we're going to be looking at, which is addition. So there's a simple rule you need to follow. When two signs are the same, when you have two signs, be the same, right? I'm just writing a short form. Just add, right? And the next thing you do, you put the sign of the larger number at the answer. So put the sign of the larger number at the answer after adding. So this is the example. For example, if I say 2 plus 5. Now 2 plus 5 means plus 2 plus 5. So when a number is positive, plus, we never indicate it. So most times when we're writing it, we don't indicate it because all number at default is positive. So if I write 6, 6 is the same as plus 6. If I write 7, 7 is the same thing as plus 7. So 2 plus this means plus 2 plus 5. Now, are the signs the same? So this sign plus goes with this, and this sign plus 5 goes with this. As you can see, the two signs of these numbers are the same. So for that reason, we add and we get 7. I will put the sign of the larger number at the answer. The larger number here is 5, and the sign it goes with is 5. So we'll put plus 5. So I can decide to write plus 5, or I can leave it as just plus 7, or I can leave it as 7. Is that okay? So let's take a look at another one. For example, I have minus 2 minus 3. The signs are exactly the same. So what do? I subtract, I add, and I put the sign of the larger number at the answer, right? Because the signs are the same. Because this means minus 2 and minus 3, right? So if I take those numbers, I add it, I'll get 5. And I'll put the sign of the larger number at the answer. The larger number irrespective of the sign is 3, right? So what sign does 3 carry? Minus, so I'll place minus. So minus 2 minus 3 is 5. So the rule states that when two signs are the same, you subtract, you add, and put the sign of the larger number at the answer. Now the second rule, I will call this rule A. Now the second rule, which is a rule B, is when two signs are different now. So I'm supposed to put the word signs. Anyway, this is not English language, but there's need for us to always make that correct errors. So when two signs are different, in short form again, what do? We subtract. And the same rule applies, and put the sign of the larger number at the answer. So if I put a 2 minus 4, these signs are different because what I have here is a plus 2, right? And a minus 4. So I have two different signs. So the signs are different. So what do I do when the signs are different? I'll subtract. So 4 minus 2, I'll get 2. Then I put the sign of the larger number at the answer. So what's the larger number? 4. And what sign does it carry? A negative sign. So I'll place it here. So similarly, you can try this. Minus 3 plus 5. The signs are different, right? So because I have minus 3 and I have plus 5, two separate numbers, so two separate signs. So what do? I subtract. And I put the sign of the larger number at the answer. What's the sign of the larger number? Irrespective of the sign, it's 5. 5 is carrying a plus, so I'm going to leave it as plus 2, or I leave it just like this. So you can leave it as plus 2, or you leave it as 2. So this is the first sign of addition and subtraction. So I want you to give this a shot and put this in the comment section. -4 plus 2. That's the first one. And the second one, 3 plus 8. So I want you to give this a shot and put it on the comment section. Thank you.